That the vibe of your team coming in?
Oh, absolutely. It's a big game. I mean, Weber State's picked to win the conference. We're picked 8th. They're the defending Big Sky champions. They went to the NCAA tournament last year. Randy's done an unbelievable job there. They won 4 out of 6 conference titles since he's been there. So, it was a big game. They're all big, but this one especially big because we thought they were a really good basketball team.
The Vandals ring in the new year in a new conference with a bang, getting big wins over Weber State. Now both programs get set for a battle with Eastern Washington. Inside the Vandals is next. Welcome in to Inside the Vandals as we bring in a new year and our first basketball show of the season. I'm Joey Jenkins filling in for Tom Purvis this week. And once again, we're joined by head coach Don Verlin of the Vandal men's basketball team. Happy New Year and a couple of big wins to start conference play.
Well, thanks on the Happy New Year. And yeah, it was a good weekend for us this last weekend here at home.
As you look at, before we talk about getting into the Big Sky and those 2 big wins, you had, non-conference schedule and a couple of big wins is there. The win against Washington State, first win for you as head coach of the Vandals over Washington State, ends a big drought playing in Pullman. What did that win mean for you? Well,
that was a big win for us, no question about it, because like I said before, we look at Washington State as our rivals, especially our players, and so to go over there and finally get a win, I thought it was great for our team. I thought it was great for the momentum of the season, and I was very proud of how our guys played that night.
When you look at non-conference schedule and switching to conference, does anything change? Preparation? What changes for you as a coach?
No, what you try to do in the conference schedule is hopefully in the non-conference schedule you've got all your fundamental things in, and now you just try to refine some stuff, and obviously you cut down practices because the season now starts to become long, and what we're trying to do this week and as we head into conference play is refine the stuff we're doing, cut down practice time, and get our guys as fresh and as energized as we possibly can.
Is it nice to get the holidays out of the way and those long breaks and finally get back to a regular schedule?
Yeah, no question about it. It's always better for our guys when school's in session. That's why they're here, to go to school. And obviously, not only is the academic side of it very important, but the social side of it. That's the reason why they come to college, just to have fun. So it's nice to get the holidays out of the way. They're all able to go home for their Christmas break, except for Sec, and see their family, and then get rejuvenized, get revitalized, and get ready to play Big Sky Conference play.
You get a big win over Idaho State. This seemed to be a game, and I know coaches, you're going to find things that maybe you could have done better, but on paper it looked like things totally went well for you guys. What clicked in that game?
Well, I thought we moved our ball really well, and I thought our player movement was really good. And those sound like 2 simple things, but against Idaho State and their zone defense, it's difficult to play against. And we hadn't played against a lot of zone, and I thought our guys did a great job of adapting to their zone defense and then moving our ball. And obviously it was nice to see Connor Hill make a bunch of shots, but our other guys did a great job finding him for open shots a number of times throughout that game.
Connor Hill, career high, 32 points, 8 3-pointers, shot the heck out of the basketball. When he's on like that, how big of an advantage is it?
Well, it's huge. Anytime someone gets hot like that on your team, it's a huge advantage. But Connor, because he's such a good shooter and because he can just change the entire game by shooting it from behind the arc, it was a big lift for us in that basketball game.
How does he get to that point where he's so good from beyond the arc? Is he the guy that's always at the gym early and late shooting 3-pointers? Is it just maybe God-given ability? But what has gotten him to that point?
Well, you'd probably have to ask him that. But what he's done is he's worked on his shot for a long period of time. Connor gets a number of shots in throughout the week before and after practice. But I think, through repetition, he has an extremely amount of confidence in himself, a lot of confidence. He knows he's going to make the shot. And I try to give him that confidence. Hey, if you're open, shoot it.
Let's talk about this game against Weber State. I mean, it had a build-up of a big game. It sure lived up to it. I mean, 18 ties, 19 lead changes. Mike Scott hits the shot with 3 seconds left. This team, Weber State, defending Big Sky champions, preseason Big Sky favorites. winning it at home. As you look back at that, what did that mean?
Well, it's a big win because in Big Sky Conference play, in every league for that matter, you have to take care of your home court, and we were able to do that this past weekend. Weber State, we knew was a good opponent, picked to win the league by the coaches and the media at the start of the season. They come off getting beat at Eastern. We knew they were going to be ready to play. We were ready to play. It was just a great basketball game, and a number of big plays throughout the game, but obviously none bigger than the last one when Mike Scott makes that 17-footer for us to win by 2.
Not only the big one at the end, but how about the 70-footer? I mean, a lot of times those are the ones that make SportsCenter top 10. But you said after the game, you practice big shots like that.
Well, we every time at shoot around, at the end of shoot around, we always practice shooting the ball from half court, and it's amazing, and it's kind of a fun thing that we do at the, kind of to loosen the intensity, the intensity and that kind of thing during shoot around. So, we shoot them up all the time, and like I told Mike, hey, we're due to make one of those, and that was your time.
Mike Scott, this is something interesting in sports. I don't know where it started, but swagger gets used a lot, right? This word swagger. I don't know how to measure it, but Mike Scott seems to have that, whether it's an edge, whether it's a confidence. He seems to have that and makes big shots because of it.
Yeah, I think that comes from, your work ethic. Mike works extremely hard. He worked really, really hard in the offseason this year, really changed his body. He has worked extremely hard on his shot, and I think that just breeds confidence. And you need that as a basketball player. You always got to feel good about yourself, and Mike's done a great job. He's had a great season, which has allowed him to feel good about himself, and he knows that we want him taking a big shot, and obviously he made that one the other night versus Weber.
So 2-0 to start Big Sky play, and both of them at home, knowing you're going to have road games down the road. How important is it getting these home conference games?
Well, it's huge because what you try to do in the conference is take care of your home court and split on the road, and that'll put you right at the top of the conference. And so, you have to take care of your home court, especially in the Big Sky Conference this year with so many even teams and us not playing everybody. That adds a whole different element, and only 8 teams going to the conference tournament. So you've really got to take advantage of your opportunities, and we are fortunate enough to do that this weekend.
It's a good 2-0 start for Don Verlin and the Idaho Vandals, and next up, it's a big matchup against a regional rivalry, Eastern Washington. We'll talk about that matchup and the Big Sky Conference when Inside the Vandals returns.